In this episode, we will discuss a wide variety of challenges that confront the world today. David Schwer, a director of the Internal Revenue Service, is about to make a statement and share it regarding these new tax forms. Observations concerning the stablecoin issued by Ripple in the event that Bitcoin faces yet another decline. We are going to talk about the situation once again. From the most recent information that I have, it seems like there is a great deal of worry present. The fact that this situation has not been settled, the possibility that the SEC would reconsider my decision to conclude this, and the fact that we are solely required to wait and observe are all sources of anxiety. For this reason, let us take it easy, unwind, and move on. At the moment, Bitcoin is unavailable for purchase at the price of $1.58. Take a bite out of it. On the previous day, it was 3.78%. Ethereum was once priced at $26.40, but it is currently not functioning properly. The value of USDT is getting closer and closer to its dollar peg, while the value of USDC is still 99 cents and XRP has fallen to the 7th position. As it reaches 57.5 cents, it is a little live from the initial chart, seeing a 64% increase. However, what do you think? In the aftermath of that massive explosion, we notified you of what was going to happen and that we would be keeping a close eye on the situation. It is at this point that the adjustment takes place. You are free to move forward at this time. When it comes to the correction, how far do we go? The question that I am asking is directed directly toward you. I had two targets, and while we were analyzing these two targets, I notified you several months ago that everything else was merely background noise, and that everything else was exactly as we had indicated it would be. Up until the point where we surpassed 66 cents and eventually hit 75 cents, which indicates an increase in movement, everything else seemed to be nothing more than noise. That would be the downs. Bitcoin is essential for us to get off the ground, create a noise, maintain our timetable, and break out. The first thing to note is that the historical data suggests that the era of strong trading activity for Bitcoin is almost gone. There will be a brief reprieve from tax season during the first quarter, but March is tax season, so we will see it during the first quarter. The same kind of push will be made as it was this year, in order to simulate the beginning of summer on a date that is slightly earlier than the beginning of summer. And after that, we will receive that push, which will provide us with the time frame for that year, at which point Bitcoin will grow to 160,200. Given the current average dollar cost, there is a possibility that the price of Bitcoin might increase to 225,000. This is a simple and uncomplicated sum. At the moment, there are 104 billion and 2 trillion cryptocurrencies that are accessible for purchase with cryptocurrency. The implication of this is that you will be given 3 times the value of XRP in exchange for it. Subsequently, you will need to proceed with loading up. Clever. All of this is unavoidable. On Twitter, Elon is having a conversation with another user. The topic of conversation is what? At this time, we do not know what will be discussed. Nevertheless, we will soon find out. Do you recall the rumors that were going about at that time period? At the time, we were under the impression that Elon was making his way to Tennessee in order to attend the Bitcoin convention. There, he intended to accompany Trump on stage. Even though this obviously did not take place, we were under the impression that it was going to happen when the Motini person said that Bitcoin was going to fall back to $47,000. Bitcoin is now trading at a price of approximately $59,000 at this time, and he is of the opinion that we could drop another $12,000 to the downside, which would cause XRP and XXX to move out of the bottom 50 cents and into the upper 40 cents region. That is the way he thinks about things. Is what he says true? In the event that there is a drop back, I will let you know about it, but I am not sure when. Time will tell. Even if you spend even a fraction of a second considering the possibility that retail sold the top of this market to institutions, we will be okay. Something is going to happen soon. This is nothing more than an opportunity to buy people. It's getting out of hand in these markets. It is important to keep in mind that these markets are experiencing tremendous volatility, regardless of whether you opt to buy during the dips or remain passive. The downward movement of these markets is being driven by institutions, not by you. The institutions will have the option to seize additional liquidity as we get closer to the penultimate and final downturn. They will then be able to resell this liquidity to their customers at a higher price. This is something that we have already seen take place, and as you are well aware, it is Monday today. My quant purchases are made on Mondays. On Mondays, I make a buy of quantites. Am I using the correct spelling for ours? This is what we do without it. I have a feeling that we have been purchasing quant on Mondays for the past 4 months. Each and every Monday, $400. I made the decision to boost my spending 2 months ago, and I have since doubled down on it. This decision was made in light of the fact that my average dollar expenditure was just about $5 earlier. Mondays were the day that I started making purchases that totaled $800. I also want to sell the 2 purchases I made for Quant today, which are estimated to be for a total of $66.99. Since we are going to put a significant amount of money into it minus $800, let's do the math. I should be earning a little more than 12 Quant here, according on the most recent time I checked my USD here. At some point in time, either of the 2 possible outcomes will take place. Either I need to keep buying so much Quant that my DCA approaches the present price, or the cost stage from quote will be reduced by approximately $80. Both of these outcomes are possible. Does Quant have the ability to get it? The movement is strongly upward. In the future, it will rise above $100. I will increase it by a factor of 2, and the money that I haven't put into Quant over the past 4 months will result in a massive return that is twice as high for me. Something is going to give. You are able to observe how this operates here. From this, it is clear that the tiny dollar cost average is a successful method. I merely set it up and then continued in the appropriate manner. I make my way to my exchanges and order them to purchase $400 on Monday. The only way it will stop doing it is if I give it the command to stop. My budget is planned out and I predict potential issues. I made sure that I had adequate finances to handle the forthcoming expenses that were going to be incurred. Quant is going to move the moment you realize what's going to happen. I want you to understand that from this point forward, Quant reaches its pinnacle and declares, God forbid, that's all we get to say, and we charge $70 for it. I am going to show up 6 times. Yes, I am willing to sign up for a 6-time plan. In addition, if you are interested, you may rapidly compute this. In the event that I buy Quant for a period of 4 months and then double down, we will ultimately be at 6 months, which is equivalent to approximately 7 months. After 7 months, we would have an investment of $11,200, which is equivalent to $1,600 per month. This would result in a 6-fold increase, and I would gladly accept a salary of $667,000. Congratulations. It really is that simple, people. The XRP ledger has accomplished a well-known benchmark. We would like to express our deepest gratitude to all of the network operators, developers, and members of the community for managing to successfully close 90 million ledgers. Let's proceed to the next significant turning point. $100 million has been reached by David Schwartz, a significant milestone. The topic that is asked the most frequently when discussing a new Ripple stablecoin is whether or not the RLUSD, which is a Ripple stablecoin, will take the place of the XRP when it is introduced. What does the Ripple stablecoin mean for XRP, and does this indicate a weakening of our commitment to XRP, or does this take the place of XRP at this point in time? In my opinion, that is not a response that can be considered valid. To clarify, looking to increase our credibility. We want to trade volume on the assets that are currently on the DEX. We feel that XRP has a unique position on the DEXS since it is a bridge asset that has features such as auto-bridging, and we also believe that you are more comfortable with volume. Having a solid understanding of the XRP ledger is beneficial not only for XRP, but also for the system as a whole. There is a specific function that XRP fulfills inside the ecosystem. Please keep in mind that Ripple stablecoin is based on the XRP ledger, which is the platform that people utilize to conduct cryptocurrency transactions. This asset is a bridge, and it does not provide any danger. The fact that there will not be an appeal has been emphasized in a video that I have released regarding Ripple's case. Having said that, Stuart, I did not make any direct reference to it, according to Stuart. Ripple is pleased with the outcomes of the situation. They are ecstatic and full of joy that they are experiencing. They have reached the point where they are prepared to sign the transfer papers on their own, and after they have done so, they have 60 days until October 8th to inform Judge Torres of their discontent with the ruling.